Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Slay the Spire. As Winston Churchill said, when you're going through heck, keep going. This is their finest hour. I know the movie's called Darkest Hour. That's a different quote. Here we go, boys. Let's do it. Early on, what do? Toss me this metallicize. I'm ready, Dad. Put me in, coach. Oh, maybe rephrase that one. That's okay. Look at this. Turn 1, no damage taken. A sign of things to come. As I rethink the world of Slay the Spire and how the heck I'm gonna get some victories out of Ascension level 20 when, you know, if we're being honest with one another and with the audience, I mean, you got eyes. You can see for yourself. It's not going so hot lately. I'm demoralized, and yet every day it's my first choice of game to play. I come back. You know what? You have to treat it like this. We're going to take another 9 damage, which is pretty bad, but all things considered, that could have been worse. I've come to respect metallicize a little bit more, or at least alternatively, I've come to accept that metallicize is probably better than I give it credit for. Ancient T-set, totally fine. Give me a transformed strike, please. It became brutality. I'll allow it. And I also think that means a rupture is an acceptable get. Now, I don't want to build my run around that sort of style. You lived! I don't want to build my run about that sort of style anymore. You know, just trying to get Rupture to pop off. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I think it might just be a little bit too slow. But I mean, having Regret in the deck makes it a little bit faster, I suppose. Alright, we're getting kind of bodied on our early game fights here. It gives me a little bit of cause for alarm. Being at 52 HP at the end of our second fight. Being at less than 52 HP at the end of our second fight doesn't particularly excite me. I can feel the blood pressure rising already. The urge to play a little bit faster rising. We gotta nip that in the bud right off the bat. You crunch the numbers, I think you'll find for yourself the Bash with 2 turns of vulnerability is very unlikely to top the extra damage that, well, very unlikely is probably a stretch. A little unlikely. I'm like, okay, Perfected Strike does like 16 damage. So we just need Perfected Strike and 1 more attack, and then we actually come out ahead on this fight. Hey. 52 HP. You know what? Toss me a Wild Strike to make Perfected a little bit better. I'm not building around Perfected. Don't get it twisted up, okay? I'm just building with Perfected in mind as kind of like our first floor. Dare I suggest that it might be resin for us to get a little bit ahead of the competition here. Take out these first floor elites that would otherwise do some nasty things to me. Okay. Great time to draw Perfected. 27 damage, 9 damage. Big difference between getting that lethal and not getting it. Toss me a bludgeon. Okie dokie. What do we got here? Well, the first thing we've got is a lack of opportunities to play bludgeon, unfortunately. We really want to visit a shop, to be honest. The regret curse is starting to weigh on my mind a little bit. But you can see we're getting to that lethality to the enemies a little bit faster. Who's our boss? Slime. Obviously, we're going to take fruit juice. It's very useful. Toss me a ghostly armor. I don't really want to fight a super elite, but I was playing a little bit off camera last night. Forgive me. And I think I've come to realize that, you know, the super elites are definitely harder, but they're not so much harder as to be impossible to fight most of the time. Most of the time. I'm gonna take 1 more Wild Strike. Dude, Fossilized Helix is literally just, like, unbelievably great for us. Hate this, like in a big way. I think we play one of these. And, do that. Blocks you, saves 10, then you get hit for 10. That's life. Yo, we're dead. No, we're not dead. We're just very close to death. Alright, so this run is, it's giving me some cause for alarm early on here. I'd say that's fair. I'm just gonna level with you. I don't think that there is a way that we live. I guess both potions into this and then don't play brutality. Wow, we actually managed to pull it out. Okay. Toss me this armaments. We're gonna definitely rest. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but I actually think if we can make it to the boss, we have an okay chance. Pretty much entirely because of fossilized helix. If this blocks one turn of 38 damage, like, we're actually sitting pretty might not be the right word, but we're doing okay. Let's put it that way. Perfected will not get a kill, so I think we have to just bludgeon and then take 8, unfortunately. But, you know, in the whole scheme of things, could be a whole heck of a lot worse. I don't know whether we would rather fight the Lagavulin or the 3 obelisks. I don't have a good answer for you when it comes to that question. I'm pretty sure we're gonna die either way. I guess the Lagavulin would be a little bit better. Alright, never mind. Actually, you know what? I don't think this is amazing, but I do think that Feel No Pain Metallicize, you know, they take us a distance. So, Shrug It Off means we take no damage on this turn thanks to Fossilized Helix. I don't know, maybe there's a chance on this one, but it's a deck that's a little sloppily pieced together. We're gonna be at like 6 block. I think you accept you're probably best off doing that. Even though you take 4 damage, 4 damage to kill an elite is a pretty merciful position to be in. Although we'll probably draw Regret again. Hopefully not very soon, but it's gonna take us a long time to get down this road, but that's okay. I don't buy a lot of, I don't put a lot of stock in our chances to come out of this one ahead, but I mean, this elite fight we're going to do fine, as you can see for yourself. It's just, you know, against the boss I worry, but honestly, Fossilized Helix, pretty much, you know, if push came to shove, it might be the hardest counter I could imagine to the slime, as far as relics go. So we definitely just want to, as long as we play our cards right with, you know, timing our damage appropriately, we might be okay temporarily. I was just going to say, Sharon's Ashes actually is a very interesting get for us, and I think we'll take another block here. There's nothing we can do about this, so we might as well just tap him. Sharon's Ashes is a very interesting card for us. The idea being, you know, now we have Feel No Pain as well on top of all this, so, you know, Feel No Pain, Sharon's Ashes, every time we exhaust, we get like a pretty considerable benefit. I think we have to rest, unfortunately. There's one very important thing. Please don't let Fossilized Helix work on Regret. I will never forgive myself. Or Brutality, for that matter. Okay, that's pretty much how you want that to go. Don't draw Regret, please. We drew Regret, so that's gonna pretty much ruin our whole strategy. Haha. So I guess we're gonna try to split him on this turn. And you know what? No, we're not. No, we're not gonna try to split him on this turn. I have a weird and yet plausible strategy. Let him fill your deck with slimes, legitimately, which is why I'm not gonna hit him here. And then every slime gives us 3 block and also does 3 damage to all enemies. No, you split him, you fool! Alright. Still. There's money to be made here. 30 damage coming in. That's no good. Stand by that decision right there. 12 block. We're taking 18. That's real bad. Yeah, I'm looking at the situation, and I'm not sure we're going to get there in time, to be honest with you. 24 damage will put you on 41. You're going to split at 37, so we're getting you pretty close to a split without taking you over, but this is where things get mighty terrible. It sounds weird, but I just want like a handful of slime. We're gonna suffer a lot of debuff related consequences here. Just, those are not slimes, my man. Will we live? I hurt myself today. This is gonna sound ridiculous. Strike him. Strike him. Hit regret, please. You are it was a merciful golden gift. Do we take 9 damage? Yes. In hindsight, you know, that doesn't actually seem very good when you phrase it that way. And I'm pretty sure we're living with 1 HP. That's hilarious. We're getting very close to working him down. Are we getting very close to working him down? I don't know if we're getting very close to working him. I think that's wishful thinking. Could definitely break you. And then play one of these, but then we die literally to exact damage. Okay, this was a weird run, and I feel like we didn't start it very strongly. Let's try again. That doesn't dishearten me, not yet. It's the first video of the day. I'll take a random common relic, please. Lantern. That's fantastic. I'm over the moon. Now, let me fight. Okay, I'm no longer over the moon because we drew 2 attacks. I'm willing to take 6 damage to get out in front of this one. Come on, work with me. Strike. Strike, strike. That's what I like to see. Oh! Okay. Nobody wants to do this less than me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Welcome, Tomo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play the game a little bit more slowly. Hello, Tomo. Take Whirlwind, you said. Alright. I believe that is the correct option. You're welcome. Tomo. So I love an Iron Wave. And you know what? Quite like an Armaments early on. I'm going for this. I will stand by this as the sound decision. Body slam, body slam. I love it. Limit break, normality. Limit break, normality. Regret, normality. Regret. Dude, we would have screwed it. I think we do take a limit break. It's a rare. We can sort of build around it. It's absolutely horrible for now. We drew Whirlwind on turn 1. That's what we're looking for. Basically, we just healed for 6. My son. Hello, Tomo. Toss me an anger as well. 0 cost strike. Whirlwind, please. Oh, maybe I love my way. Honestly, I think you just tag him up. My son, where are you going? It puts us way in front of the competition early on here. We might as well Armaments our strike, even though, you know, it doesn't do much for us. We'll exhaust our limit break. Of course we're going to take damage here, but, you know, the Whirlwind just, I mean, it's obvious. I think it took us where we needed to go. Right, Body Slam costs 1. That's my mistake. Should have played 2 strikes. For whatever reason, I had thought that we'd hit it with the Armaments, which is obviously false. It's another cause for a countdown. Slow your roll a little bit. Good fight, though. Anchor and an Entropic Brew. Love it. I also love a Combust here. So I'm a big fan of having extra energy on the first turn. I think that's been doing wonderful work for us. 16 damage is very easy to overcome. Told you. Very easy. Toss me another body slam. Okay. Finally, we get the opportunity to smith some cards. And, you know, I do think, like, the armaments are... It's a big get, but one free attack every single turn out of body slam is also worth a lot. Mercury Hourglass is fine. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, maybe, and dodge that elite, even though we appear to be in a pretty okay situation. The reason being, I want to make sure we're totally set for the next elite fight, and unlike a lot of our runs, I see this one. You know, I see how it gets to where it needs to go. Now, it has a long way to go to get there. But 3 free attacks is a pretty great start. The Whirlwind is great for crowd control. That's also another big upgrade target without a doubt. The Combust is always playable early, I think. If you can kill an enemy within like a few turns of playing it, you're probably going to be fine. I'll take a spot weakness on top of it, which is maybe a little bit more of a... not a super loved situation, perhaps. I don't really want to Fiend Fire. Let me see, this will do 14 damage. This will probably do 12 and exhaust itself. So let's take the 14 damage and then throw an Anger on top of that. Toss a Whirlwind in real quick. Given the choice, I would prefer not to use Entropic Brew, but it really comes down to whether or not we're likely to have to use Entropic Brew, I suppose. I feel better about saving it. We're actually not going to be in a terrible spot on HP. Probably we would headbutt a body slam back. We are fighting slimes again. So there is a problem with fighting slimes. 19 damage. 19 damage. We need to be able to put up one big block when it counts. Or absorb a bad turn and turn it into something better. I really think we don't upgrade Limit Break yet, as ridiculous as it sounds. I think we go Armaments. We definitely want to hit... He doesn't attack next turn, so forget about some of this. Rage, sure. And then Headbutt, okay. Whirlwind Body Slam is fine. I will Combust, yeah. Now, we don't have to break him this turn, but we do have the potion that would make it possible. And we don't have a lot of block, so, you know, don't shoot the messenger. I think this is an acceptable play. I think we're very pleased with this. And we'll just go, we'll upgrade all of our attacks. I think Bash is a little not worth it right now. That went very well in my opinion. Then draw Whirlwind and win the game with Combust. Not quite there yet, that's okay. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day or something. Very easy fight. We did have to use an Entropic Brew, and that's worth quite a lot. Very easy fight, though. I see this one. Good card. A second Limit Break is really good, but I understand the Strength Gain Reaper value. And you know what? I am content to never gain gold again. I don't do this lightly, but an Energy Relic in our current context, I think, is worth a ton. I see Elite Dodges on the way up the Spire. Your safety is not guaranteed. I've only done this once before. Okay, Spy Weakness is a big one here. I think you are going to probably just toss out a Reaper. And we actually come out way ahead there, which is a little surprising. Now, I'm actually not going to play Combust. I think we're going to get him without the need for it. Alright, that went pretty well. We can't get our gold back, which is very frustrating, but, you know, that's life. I'll take a Seeing Red for 1 turn of a little bit of extra energy. This guy's a real problem. Would I consider using a potion against him? Absolutely. And you know what? I think a Juggernaut starts to get us there. I will play Combust. I just want to, if possible, bust you down a little bit faster. We lose 1 HP to take out, you know, most of his armor here. Sounds good to me. You're lucky. So you are going to hit us. We're going to take 11 damage. All things considered, could be a lot worse. Now, I would love to wait until we get Reaper, but that's not the right play. I actually think a Disarm is, like, for sure the right play here. I was really hoping that wouldn't be combat. Oh, well. Still a pretty good hit. Not being able to gain strength is real bad, because we are, you know, we're kind of beholden to our own spot weakness in order to give us the Reaper life gain that we can use to actually win, but it's okay. Iron Wave. Headbutt. Bring back Iron Wave. You know what? Bring back Rage. I believe in it. Reaper actually won't do anything except 4 damage, but I think that's acceptable. And you play it mostly for the 4 damage, but also the 3 block extra, and you can play Whirlwind on top of that, which is, I mean, I wouldn't call it like a game-winning situation, but it's okay. Let's exhaust this. We don't need it presently. This is a bad fight for us, no doubt. Really bad, because I would love to not have to rest. As of right now, that doesn't appear to be too likely. We are working him down. It's just taking us a long time to get there. And I hate to, you know, throw this at the mantle of an earlier draw, but not hitting the spot weakness trigger when it mattered was a real problem. Tough choice, but the Flame Barrier being upgraded is a big one for me. If I hadn't taken damage, I 100% would have tried for the Necronomicon there. It is what it is, right? We can still play this for 6 damage. I would not describe that as being very good. But this is a fight, and you know, I really feel like winning as the Ironclad on this level of Ascension hinges on noticing fights like this that in certain configurations can be bad, no doubt about it, but in certain configurations can be incredible for you for getting your HP back, which is why I'm not playing Reaper there. Now it's potentially going to bite me in the butt pretty badly here. We're going to live with 1 HP for now. And you're going to ask me, was it worth it? Well, can you ask me again in a little bit? It's kind of a loaded question right now. Give me a headbutt that brings back Limit Break. I'm going to whirlwind y'all to death. Okay, so here's where it becomes interesting, because this guy is going to attack. You wouldn't. I hate to say, you just wouldn't. You wouldn't do this to me. It's too rude. To kill me in this situation, after all we've been through, with the Mystic getting the lethal, oh boy. That pains me a great deal. But we were building something there. I don't know what to say. Okay, dramatic entrance. That's our aid here. It's actually fine, I think, because it's AoE. I don't love that one of our 4 cards, you know, as we get into the late game, or one of our 5 starting cards, I should say, that leaves us with only 4, is going to be something that only does 6 damage, but it is what it is at the end of the day, I suppose. 21-16. So we can actually... It looked bad and still is not great, but we sort of got lucky there, and we lose 1 HP. Pick up a card. Dude, give me that spot weakness. It still will work. I believe in my heart of hearts. The problem with our last run was not spot weakness. Was it spot weakness showing up on the wrong turn? Oh, yes, absolutely. But Let's just hope that doesn't happen this time. Boss is... Oh my god. Give me nothing. Probably should be adding, like, clothesline. Just to stay out, you know, to keep adding attacks that could be useful for us. And, you know, it's a big attack. It applies a status. Sure. I get it. We're going to be in an okay spot for the elite fight, it looks like, right now. Probably should stop being so attached to spot weakness, but... Wow. 994 still doesn't get us there. I hate to tell you this, dude, but I'm not going to use a vulnerability potion on you. You're a low priority target. If that makes you feel bad to hear it, I'm sorry to say it. Heavy Blade is kind of the finisher that we'd be looking for here. And give me an upgrade. And I'm going to put it on Body Slam, even though Heavy Blade is maybe a little bit more important. So we need to, and this is one of the rare times I'm going to do this. I'm waking this dude up right off the bat. Because I think it's important that we get spot weakness to work. And we could have drawn it as soon as that turn. And in fact, I will actually... We got 5 cards remaining. We can't see what they are. I'm ready. I regret nothing. Now, give me the exact same thing. That was not even close. So I'm taking a little bit more of a conservative approach on that turn, because I'm basically just, and you got it right here, waiting for Heavy Blade to come back around, and then if you could just draw Heavy Blade again, that would be beautiful. But okay, don't worry about it. We still got you. That was actually a very good fight. And Letter Opener is fine, and I'll just take a shrug. Now, we have to fight the elite. In that case, let's rest. So the only good AoE well, the only AoE, I shouldn't even say good, I guess, but the only AoE we have is Dramatic Entrance, so I do expect this to be a fight where basically we win after we draw a Heavy Blade. So close. No, we got it. We win after we draw Heavy Blade 2 more times. We're definitely going to draw this turn. It only does 23 damage. Still be inclined to just take the hit for 10 and probably kill you next turn, and then hope for the luck of the draw to get you again as well. It's not that bad. Just give me a Heavy Blade. 1 in 4 chance, roughly. Yikes. One thing's for sure, though. When we get Heavy Blade, you are super dead, dude. Like, you are de-destroyed. Boy, you are gonna be... There we go. 41. Anchor plus Body Slam is fine by me. And I actually think a Sword Boomerang is more along the lines of what I'm looking for. Thank you very much. It's gonna be the Demon. I think... You know, why risk it? You know, we have some good upgrades already. We can pay it forward if we have. This is perfect. So here's what you do. Hit him with that. Definitely. I mean, definitely. But maybe we spot weakness first. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Right. Okay. Good move. Like I said, absolutely. I was so sure of myself. Why, dude, why would you attack before you gain strength? Have you lost your mind? Anyway, he's gonna die before he can hit us again. After that one, I mean. It was an extremely good fight. I love Flame Barrier as a card. We're gonna get, in all likelihood, 2 more upgrade targets. Without a shop, give me the max HP, which is actually surprisingly high. And I think an upgraded Flame Barrier is extremely good. I'll call it. In this video, for sure, this is the strongest deck we've had. That's not even close. I'll continue to take a shrug, yeah. What gets upgraded at this point, though? I mean, I think I'd rather have 1 more vulnerability and a little bit more damage than 1 extra strength, but spot weakness is probably pretty close behind. If anything, you know, I'm not pleased with our first turn. Nor our second, for that matter. But Explosive Potion will do a great job once we weaken them a little bit. So it really comes down to, on this turn, you know, we're definitely not going to split them. So, you know, respect that. Respect that. And then this will take you down to 85. That's actually a pretty good level for you, I think. And we're hoping... It's a hard one to hit spot weakness on. Am I willing to bust you here? I mean, it's your last turn of vulnerability. This is 16 damage plus, yeah. And then I really think we do pop both of these. Both attacking, highly rude. We have to play our spot weakness because it makes Heavy Blade way better. And Heavy Blade, we're getting pretty close to like one tap range. I could do 28 damage to you. But wouldn't I rather do 28 damage to you and just Heavy Blade you? How much damage? 14 and then 3 times 5. It only does 29. We have no AoE, so I think we're just going to stick with brass tacks and do it like this. Alright. I mean, a single flame barrier will win. Well, that was even better. If we're able to afford playing the blocks, then Barricade is fantastic. You know, especially with a Body Slam going here. But that's not really the way we've built our deck. We built our deck with good blocks and gaining a lot of strength. So I will take an offering, though it scares me a great deal. I think we have a very good deck. Not getting an energy relic is a real pain in the butt. But I think our deck, by deck standards right now, if we're looking at it purely from a deck-related context, if Bob Vila came and took a look at this run, I think he would be very pleased with what he saw. But he would also probably be like, hey, put a varnish on that. And I'd be like, Bob Vila, it's a metaphor. I don't know what that means. And he'd be like, I know what I said. Put a varnish on it. Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Vila. I'm sorry. Oh, you're very lucky. You know I'm going to say it. So I'm just going to say it. We need a Reaper in this deck in a big way. So an early shop that... Please? Okay. Thank you. An early shop on this floor that helps us get to that Reaper. That could be worth a lot for us. I don't know if there's such a thing as too many shrugs, okay? I definitely do think that we need to get Jaxed here. It fits perfectly with the run. Dude, we gotta take Dead Branch. Let me explain it to you in the simplest and easiest way understandable. We have to take Dead Branch, because if we get Corruption, we just win. We win the run. Yeah, I suppose I'd rather do that. Probably rather just hit you as well. We're about to be made frail. This is actually a very dangerous fight. Well, offering to hopefully draw some blocks. 20 damage. 24 damage. 44. You're at 59. We need to get another 15. We get there. We get there. Just barely. That's why you run the numbers. Thank you, offering. You've done me a great service. Okay, you know what? There might be such a thing as too many shrugs at this point. My hypothesis is that you can always rest early, and then if you don't need it, upgrade at the other campfires. You earned it. I hate to tell you this. This is the one time I can see myself playing Fire Breathing. I even forgot the name of the card temporarily. 5 energy. You definitely want a spot weakness. 13 plus 14 should kill 1. Yeah! Okay, so a shrug is a little higher value. Oh my god, we missed out on the heavy blade too. Shrug was still higher value though, because it blocks 8 instead of blocking 6 for the same energy cost, so. Now, 33, 36, okay. We're gonna take 17 damage this turn. I'm glad I rested. I don't think we're gonna die, but I'm glad I rested nonetheless, because I think it's like the difference between, you know, winning and being afraid, or winning and, you know, feeling relatively secure. Regen potion, very nice. Pummel? Yeah, sure. It works with our strength gain. So we should only have 2 combat before we have to rest again, or before we have another campfire. Be a little spooky, and, you know, start upgrading these blocks, honestly. Our strength gain plus heavy blade will get us there. Obviously, you know, we know and you know that we want a Reaper here. Thank you for attacking turn 1. You've done me an incredible service. I will offer on this one. We're gonna play Pummel. We're gonna play, we might not even play Pummel. Well, we probably will now. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good turn. We actually have to be careful we don't want to kill you too quickly. 24 damage. You know what? We definitely would rather kill you. It's a very bad, yes. A very, very bad, regen potion. Oh well. Rupture fits what we're trying to do greatly. An upgraded Entrench is very interesting. I think we could afford to take one, but we have to upgrade it very quickly. Pen Nib, Heavy Blade. I can see a potential win condition forming here. Honestly. Well, that was just terrible order. Could be worse. Could be a lot better. That's pretty good, though. 20 damage. Yeah? I don't know. We might make it out of this. Let me rephrase. I'm certain we're going to make it out of this. We might make it out of this not having lost much HP, if any. There you go. Still waiting on a Reaper. I do think a Whirlwind is still very valuable, especially with our strength gain. You really want a Body Slam. Did not get a Body Slam. We got a Body Slam! I will pretty much stand by that turn until the end of time. $24 damage. Ooh, 36. Because we have Pen Nib right now. Okay. It's a solid turn. I mean, if we're at 83 HP, we got no complaints whatsoever. This is a bummer. We're not going to do 26 damage to you. I really think weakness is not applicable here. So we'll rest before our boss fight, which is a bummer. We are a little bit block heavy. But I believe it's so easy to hit a spot weakness here. Just don't get it turn 1, you know? Okay, we're inching closer to Pen Nib. This is where we want a spot weakness, please. 22. They're doing 35. You know, I think we draw. Does 5 damage to each enemy. Fairly solid in my world. Pen Nib's coming around. Spot weakness. There we go. If we can hit a Pen Nib on that, we're going to be in a good spot. What? Okay. I mean, like, we're gonna kill one of you. That's like that's a given. I guess we'll just kill the other one right away. 5 strength up. I think this is about better than we would expect to have been in our current situation. If we can wait on the pummel, why not wait on the pummel, you know? We could really just hit you here and here, and it's not a great turn. I'll acquiesce on that one, but you know, the pummel gets substantially better as time goes on. So here, a weakness seems very much in order. I don't think you can justify playing an entrench here when you could do 24 damage instead, or 32 damage instead. My mistake. So what are we waiting on here? Really double tap. I'm willing to send that out there. Not double tap, sorry. You know what? Let's increment this one more as well. Pen Nib Heavy Blade gets pretty close to killing him. I don't even want to draw it in this turn. So you're doing 49! 49 damage to me. I'm just thinking, we want to draw Heavy Blade, obviously. If we draw Heavy Blade, it's going to do 14. Well, okay, Little Heavy Blade. We'll do 14 plus 24. Okay, 38 vulnerable is not enough. Not even close. In that case, what about the big one? 40 plus 14, 54. Okay. 71 damage. I'm scared of it, but I think you gotta try something along these lines here. And I'm pretty confident we are super dead. I mean, there's no confidence. We are just literally super dead. This one hurts. I thought we were inching closer to greatness there. I was wrong. Second floor bosses have been a real problem. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. I've said a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya.